Want to hit record? Fantastic. Good evening, everyone, and good morning for some of you. And if you're listening to this as a recording, we welcome you, whatever time of the day you're tuning in. My name is Kaleen O'Connor, and I'm joining you from the Tampa Bay, Florida area here in the United States. We've got some wild tropical storms brewing up, and we've got fires in California and interesting things happening all over the planet. But no matter what's happening, the most important thing, obviously, is that we're all healthy and happy and safe and with our loved ones. So I want to acknowledge all of you on the call today for just taking the time to be here. Whether it's your first time learning about what we're going to talk and teach you tonight, or you've joined us before, we're really glad you're here. We know that time is precious, and those of us that are leading the webinar tonight are definitely committed to making sure this time is valuable for you and that you get something out of it. So the way this will go is I will introduce our presenter in just a moment, and he will do a phenomenal presentation with visuals, and then we'll have a live testimony and very powerful story from another guest. And then I will come back and close out the webinar with ways that you can take advantage of the things we're going to teach you about. And then, this is very important for you all, we will have a few minutes to do live question and answer. We do really want to make sure that we increase your understanding. So if you have questions that occur during the webinar, write them down for yourself. You'll be invited to unmute yourself at the end, or if you prefer, you can put it in the chat box here during the Zoom call, okay? And again, we do request that you keep yourself muted during the call so that all the sound can be focused on the person presenting at the moment. Okay, good. So now into our official presentation. We want to welcome you to journey with us into the world of cellular health tonight. I'm saying tonight from the US, but it could be this morning for you guys as well. And this is a phenomenal health breakthrough that is changing lives all over the world. And people tend to tune into it for various reasons, sometimes multiple reasons. Sometimes you've got one focus of curiosity. So for example, you yourself might have an existing health challenge, what we call a cellular health challenge, because we know that all issues with the body really start at the cells. Or you might have a loved one that has a health challenge, or you might be someone that's super healthy, but you just want to really maintain high energy, endurance if you're an athlete and you like to work out, or even recovering faster after a workout or after a race if you're a competitive athlete. Also, as one of our presenters tonight often says, we can't avoid the disease we call aging. We're all going through that no matter where we are at in our vitality and health. And so you might just want to, as you age, be stronger, live longer, better, healthier, all that, right? So that's could be another reason why you might get value out of tonight, as well as just looking better, having healthier skin, feeling more beautiful. And with any opportunity that is a breakthrough for humanity, as this is, comes an incredible financial opportunity as well. So you might be tuning in because you'd welcome more income in your bank account, whether it's additional income from what you're already doing, or you're looking for a new home-based business opportunity and would like to replace your full-time income. Whatever that is, there's definitely, again, something for you to learn tonight. So we're going to bring on our presenter right now. His name's Stevie. He's joining us from Australia, and he's just a fantastic, well-rounded person. He's a great dad. He's a great husband. He's a great leader to his business partners, and he constantly takes the time to expand his education and knowledge of this cellular health breakthrough. So you are in for a treat. Take notes, tune in. You're going to learn a lot. And with that, Stevie, it's all over to you.
Geez, thanks very much, Kaleen, and g'day from Australia during the daytime here in the future, and howdy in the USA, and hola from maybe South America, and I'm running out of languages now. But thanks, Kaleen. I really appreciate you for your intelligence and strength, but you have a very benevolent heart, and sincerely in it is to see his mission to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. And so that's at the top of my list. And so I really enjoy having the privilege of being able to work shoulder to shoulder with you. So I just thank you for that. And I want to thank everybody for being here too. I hope that you're all happy. I hope you're all safe, and I hope you are all well. And I hope your loved ones too. I hope you're not near any of the trouble that's going on around the world, and I hope your loved ones are safe too. And if you are, then please know you're in my thoughts, and I hope that you'll find yourself with peace of mind and safe and secure very soon. Look, it's been just over 5.5 years ago since I was introduced to this. And from almost literally the moment that this was handed to me, the information that I'm about to hand to you, it's been high priority for me to bring it to everybody's attention, because the impact that it's having in people's lives is significantly deep. And so that's what makes it incredibly important to me. I am filled with a sincere sense of responsibility to be able to get this information in front of everybody and allow them to be able to share this important information with people in their lives that are important to them too. And I dare say, as we start to go through this presentation, you will start to know and feel exactly what I'm talking about. Because what I'll be sharing with you right now is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. You know, the discoveries of DNA or penicillin were certainly huge medical discoveries, but medical science experts are saying that this breakthrough is not just the next big one, but it goes even deeper than anything we've ever seen before. So we'll be going over an exciting and entirely new frontier in science that for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. A breakthrough with enormous potential, validated by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory studies. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. And any health goals or perhaps challenges you can think of, remarkable results. And drug companies wanted it all shut down. More about that a little later. Before, though, I tell you what this is, let's get very clear about what this is not. This is not a drug, not a vitamin, not a mineral, and not an antioxidant formula. We are not going to be talking about secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, roots, magical 5,000-year-old trees, CBD oils, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of that other stuff. What instead we'll be talking about is an entirely new frontier in science, a truly groundbreaking and category-creating healthcare breakthrough. A redox cell signaling technology contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? They are the exact same cellular messages that are already made natively within your body that affect cell signaling, cell-to-cell communication, all the way down to your gene expression in a positive way. So redox signaling molecules allow your cells to be able to detect and protect healthy cells, detect and repair unhealthy cells, detect and replace damaged cells, activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection, and overall keep your cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Why is this important? We are made all entirely of cells from head to toe, inside out. Therefore, we live and die at the cellular level. So the bottom line is healthy cells, healthy life. And redox signaling molecules are really the precursor to our cells' health, because they're giving our cells their proper instructions so they can work properly. Your redox biochemistry is foundational to all cellular health and healing, and therefore all of your body's health, and is an essential function of normal physiology. In fact, a wide range of biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling in and among our cells. So in other words, if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making these redox signaling molecules right now, your body wouldn't work at all, and you wouldn't live longer than a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. Now, when we're born, we make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. However, with age, stress, diet, toxins, and other environmental assaults, our cells break down, and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. As such, our cells break down even more. And with it, so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. So ASEA takes science seriously, and so doesn't do any scientific studies. Instead, ASEA is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. ASEA redox users really do enjoy cell signaling benefits, which really translates to health at its most foundational level. So ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are 5 key, maybe most important in the health of every individual. They play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Additionally, in studies, ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies into this have shown that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. Head professors of this university study saying one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Significant because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And again, further studies have proven that ASEA is 100% safe. 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. However, your body just can't make as much of them anymore like it did when it was younger. So any health goal, as Kaleen mentioned at the start of this presentation, if you have health challenges, or if you are caring for loved ones who have health challenges, or if you wish you could live, look, and feel young again, if you have the sense for protecting your health, because you don't want to become old and unwell, or if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in your sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goals you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. Let's, on that note, hear from some medical doctors now and what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy. We can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies. And this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health and redox signaling from the inside out, let's have a look at what is made possible from the outside in. That is made possible with ASEA's topical versions of redox technology, Renew 28 Revitalizing Redox Gel, and Renew Advanced Intensive Redox Serum, supported and enhanced by their complementary all natural ingredients products, Renew Advanced Gentle Refining Cleanser, and Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer. But it really is a picture that speaks 1,000 words. So let's let some of these pictures speak to you. This is more than anti-aging results. I believe what you'll see in many regards is age reversing results. Lines being ironed out, wrinkles being ironed out, elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin being rejuvenated. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions is being brought back to the proper levels, surfaces of the skin, brought back to the body's blueprint. Now, have a look at the two photos on the left here of Rosie, and believe it or not, Rosie didn't believe that the products were working at all. Yeah, she didn't believe it was working at all. It was because Rosie didn't take any photos. These are photos that were taken by her doctor. And so there's two morals to this story. Number one, take photos. Take photos and make sure you keep an inventory in photographs, and where you can't take photographs, write down information about yourself, head to toe, inside and out, and score your level of health throughout your use, so that through the pictures and those records, you can see how you go. The other moral of the story is have a look at those first two photos just after 7 weeks, remarkable results. And some people do notice results right away. However, other people need to apply just a little bit more product and a little bit more patience. What we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules work in every single person every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work on you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Now, this doctor here decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. See if you can spot the difference. I'll give you some clues along the way. Look at the lines running down each corner of the mouth. Have a look at the lines on either side of the cheek. Have a look at maybe the wrinkles are more prevalent on one cheek as opposed to the other. Here's the biggest clue of all. Have a look at how the glasses are slanting to one side, maybe suggesting more droopiness on one side of the face as opposed to the other. And so I've thanked this doctor on a number of occasions, do it on every single presentation. Thank you, Dr. Marty Moran, for walking around like a weirdo, just so you could prove to us all how effective Renew 28 is where you apply it versus where you don't. Now, it's not just for your face, arms, hands, bellies, and bums. This was a set of photos that were taken in a clinical trial by a very large scientific laboratory, a world leading one, in fact. There were a lot of reports coming in all over the world about how Renew 28 was making cellulite disappear. And so this scientific organization did studies to find out what was going on. And they found after 12 weeks, in fact, there was a reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And so they took ultrasounds to find out what was going on. And they actually saw the fat, the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually dissolving. Quite incredible. Now, it is a historical truth that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. The greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And what you are being shown, what someone is trying to invite you to take a look at and take part in, is nothing less than the greatest health and life science breakthrough. Maybe not just of our lifetime, perhaps according to some medical experts, for many lifetimes. Now, Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in '98 for their first discovery of redox signaling molecules, there have since now been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see there are well over 30,000 results. It's a very difficult slide for me to keep up with. It's already out of date because there are almost more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. There are over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling molecules, and they have their own medical health journal. Now, ASEA, according to scientific researchers, medical experts, redox signaling. Redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and world redox congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and a title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. So the race is on with the medical and pharmaceutical industries to understand the complex paths and functions of redox signaling. They're trying to earn recognition for discoveries and to create drugs for specific health conditions. They, however, face a long and slow process, while ASEA is already light years ahead for two simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades, no one other than one man, Dr. Garrett L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And two, ASEA is heavily patented. Without copycats, without competition, no one in the world has what ASEA has. No one in the world can do what ASEA can do. No one. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors: healthcare wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries, and redox works on everybody. Nothing in the body works as well, or more to the point, at all without redox. Redox can't hurt anybody. Everybody needs redox. And ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a Redox supplement from. ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We want to help a lot of people. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money, to earn commissions just by sharing Redox with others. You receive a residual income, not only from the first purchase, but also from every single purchase made by every single person you refer to ASEA. You also receive a residual income from the ongoing purchases made by every single person they and others also refer. And we all do this already. So just like when we recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, or whatever, people naturally tell people, who naturally tell other people, who then tell even more people. Word of mouth marketing is not just the oldest, the most ancient, and still against all other forms of advertisement, marketing, promotion, it is still the most powerful form of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is in today's age. Word spreads worldwide and quickly. And ASEA is based in 35 countries and opening up new markets almost every single year. Based on the existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. So for people looking for an extra, or perhaps now more than ever, a supplementary or maybe more unfortunate in their current circumstances, a replacement income. But for anyone looking for a part-time or a full-time, or I just want more time, or a big-time legacy leaving income for loved ones, whatever your ambition level, there is a commission level to match it. For business-minded people, this is a very significant opportunity to be paid a very meaningful residual income from the growth of this global expansion. But really, there's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's exactly what you get to do and be a part of with ASEA. You get to join forces with others who are also being a force for good in the world. You know, who you become and what you do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make you. However, not only can you make good money, you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world and have a really good time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. So why aren't you hearing about this from your doctor? And maybe you are, because there are now hundreds of doctors all over the world now recommending Redox to their patients and seeing unprecedented results. But big pharmaceutical companies, after seeing tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, they did offer to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights, exclusive ownership to the ASEA Redox technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and to take everyone off Redox. Thankfully, founders of ASEA, Virtus Norton and son Tyler Norton, said no to the payout and yes to the people. Because after Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, to now experiencing life-changing power from Redox signaling molecules, well, Virtus and Tyler were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough out to the world, for humanity out to the world. And so what had started as a big business play had now become an important and purposeful mission. The ASEA founders, Virtus and Tyler, turned down that huge sum of money for you. They turned it down from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and to everyone without a prescription. And as demonstrated in this very first and important decision, and in every other sense, ASEA always puts people and principles before ego and economics. You know, the ASEA founders and their ASEA corporate team come from Fortune 500 backgrounds and even greater than that. And so they are exceptionally experienced when it comes to running and maintaining big, profitable businesses. However, they pride themselves on never doing it at the cost of people. Never have, never will. And so you are in good hands. So get back with the person who shared this with you. Don't worry what the time is in your part of the world. They will be glad to hear from you. They just want to help you. And let them know what you've seen here and what you like best about it. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers. There's plenty of university studies, but most important of all, hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see ASEA is the real deal. We truly want to help you. So at the very least, I hope you'll become part of this redox reality. I hope you'll be able to live better, healthier, younger, stronger, longer. But I've got to say, one of ASEA's guiding principles is to become more, because really what you become determines what you can overcome. And that's what ultimately determines your income in life. So if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you'll pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better. If you decide to become part of being a force for good in the world with ASEA, your life by default, as a byproduct of that, will be filled with more good. And so thank you very much for having me here and spending this time with me. May you always be happy. May you always be well. May you always be safe. May you always be secure. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Thank you very much for having me, Kaleen, and I'll hand it back to you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Stevie. So I actually got some exciting news during the presentation that we're going to have 2 guest speakers tonight. So we're going to initially hear from Dan Doyle, who's one of our top producers and field educators in our company, currently in Hawaii, but also originally from Australia. And then we're also going to hear from another surprise, who I'll introduce after Danny, in regards to the business side of life as well. So Danny, over to you.
Thanks, Kaleen, and thanks, Stevie, for that presentation and all that information. Yeah, we do have an unexpected guest, so I'm going to do a very long story short today and just go through my testimonial. But just keep in mind, as I said, we're here to share information with you guys. Anybody that's new on the call, any guest that may be looking for a solution or something that can help them with their health, anybody that's looking for an additional income, I'm sure there's something here for everybody. We're not here to sell anything or convince anybody of anything. Just do whatever you want with this information that we're sharing with you. And we will have a Q&A at the end of this call for you to ask anything that you would like. Now, my story goes back to Sydney, Australia, and I was a very athletic type of guy. I didn't like school, so I used to get away from school by playing many sports and distract myself in that way. Played rugby, did judo, gymnastics, surfing, aerobics, and this thing called bodybuilding. I actually owned my own gym back in when I was early 20s, 21, 22, 23. This is a photo of me when I was 24 years old, competing in the state titles of New South Wales over in Australia. Don't like to talk about that one because there's no second prize and I came second. This is just a product. I'm just a product of the product. People used to come in and buy, my gear, and I used to obviously, sell them what I had. And if I was this skinny little fella, that wouldn't have gone down too well. But let's fast forward 20 years later, 20 businesses later, 20 traditional businesses that I built and sold. Very successful in traditional business, many businesses, employed 3,500 people. I still kept fit and healthy, but at age 44, I only did cardiovascular work. And this is me at 44. I wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be. Thank goodness I was in this condition here, because 6 months later, I found a little lump underneath my left rib, and that turned into 2 major health challenges, which the doctors told me that I had. A friend of mine standing next to me, Johnny Manor, he'd been through all the hospital visits that I had started in this photo. He was in remission in this photo. He was 21 years old, went back to playing the highest levels of rugby league, and unfortunately after this photo, he came back. He went back into hospital, back through everything that I was going through that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, and unfortunately we lost him at the age of 23 years old. At the end of what I went through, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order, and at that point I made a decision to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands, did some research. Research led to an alkaline diet, and I took many products from many companies from all around the world. Now, 2 years on this very clean alkaline diet, deep sea fish, vegetables, salad, alkaline water, doing the best I could, antioxidants, super juices, nutritional supplements, alkaline water, and this is the result after 2 years. Now, you would think after 2 years my body would be heading in the right direction, but what you're seeing is a reflection of what was happening on the inside. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. Good friend of mine, Bart Cotter, reached out to me, and all he said was, I think I've found something that can help. Long story short, flew over to Salt Lake City, met Bart in the headquarters of ASEA, which is, as you know, is a cellular health company based in Salt Lake City. And we went through Dr. Gary Samuelson's presentation. Didn't understand anything that he was saying. Never heard of redox, never heard of the mitochondria. Everything was going over my head. The only thing I understood that Dr. Gary Samuelson said was what was in that little blue bottle was 100% non-toxic and it could have health benefits. So we started taking the product. In 3 hours, my body was detoxing so fast, I had little red spots all over my upper torso. In 12 hours, a 20-year stomach problem had gone away, which was a caffeine intolerance. And in 48 hours to 72 hours, all the lung damage from all those hospital visits, and I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time, my lungs were functioning perfect just in those short few days. Flew back to Australia, stayed on the product. The unfortunate thing was when I lost my health and going through 2.5 years of those hospital visits and my wife looking after me, we lost everything financially by that point. So I could only afford what we would call them or consider the maintenance dose or the maintenance amount of product that somebody would take that was 100% healthy. And 8 months I was doing that, and halfway through 2015, 8 months after I started taking the product, I could financially afford to take more product. 6 months later, just after 1 year of using the ASEA, the doctors gave me some really good news, and this is that day, and told me there was no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away, 20 years of sneezing, nose running with pollen issues, and a list, all sorts of other little things that were annoying me that were going on. Basically, my whole body was rebuilt by this photo in just over 1 year on consuming Redox. Fast forward 2 years and you can see the anti-aging side of things. And I can tell you now I am fitter and healthier and looking younger than I have been for a very, very long time. So, hey guys, this is me live now. The background's fake, but in the real background behind this building, that's exactly what we can see. It's our backyard. That was my journey back to health. I'm not going to elaborate on anything else that Stevie went through. I normally do because we do have another special guest, and I'm very, very excited to have him on. I'm going to hand back to Kaleen. And if it wasn't for this man, I literally wouldn't be talking to you, and a lot of you guys wouldn't be on this call or involved in this business. So Kaleen, over to you, and excited to hear from our next guest.
Awesome. Fantastic, Danny. And I have to say, guys, this is just an incredible webinar tonight to have 3 world authorities, but from Stevie Aquilina, then Dan Doyle, and now Bart Cotter, who, you know, because he and his phenomenal wife, Melissa, said yes, you know, to this product themselves. Literally, I'm here as well today. You know, we're bounced all the way from Australia back to the United States. So Bart has incredible experience as an entrepreneur and as a professional network marketer in this industry. And Bart, it's truly an honor to have you here. I know you guys just have a huge expanding global business. You just hit another production level in ASEA. So congratulations to you and Melissa for that. And you're phenomenal educators as well, constantly helping us as entrepreneurs in the team to know how to use our tools. So please do share a bit of your reality with us tonight.
Thank you very much, Kaleen. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. It's so good to be able to join you today, and thanks for the kind of spontaneous invitation to jump on, Dan. This has really been an incredible journey, and just, you know, it was also great to hear from Kaleen, you and Stevie as well. This is the most incredible thing that that I've ever had the opportunity to be part of, and I just want to share a couple thoughts real quick. One is just what actually happened when I was introduced to this company. My background, I've actually been involved with network marketing for the past 26 years. Had a real good run with another company previously until that company sort of lost its way. But I love this industry. I love this profession. Before that, I was the business representative for the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. So I've had an opportunity to talk with lots and lots of business owners, probably thousands of business owners. I love free enterprise. I love people who are willing to step out and take a little bit of risk and take some responsibility for their own life. One thing I've discovered, and I'm sure that many of you have too, as long as you work for somebody else, your job is only as secure as your employer's mood. Can anybody else relate with that? Or maybe your job is only as secure as your employer's business, especially right now during this crazy time of COVID and everything else that's going on in the world. There are so many people who are looking for a way of creating security for their family and doing something that's where they can truly make a difference as well. I remember I was invited to fly to Salt Lake City and meet the founders of the company, meet the executive team. I met Vertus Norton, Tyler Norton, these incredible people that Stevie had talked about. I also met Dr. Gary Samuelson, the atomic medical physicist. And, you know, I had, to be truthful with you, I had actually been invited to take a look at ASEA actually several times, more times than I care to admit, because people that I had been in business with previously had joined ASEA. But I just didn't get it at first. I didn't understand really the significance of what this breakthrough was. I knew the product had to be good, but I just wasn't in the right timing for me, I guess you might say. But when I did fly to Salt Lake City and I sat at the boardroom table, there's certain people that you maybe have met in your life. You shake their hand, you look in their eyes, and you just know that there's something truly special, something really unique. And I got to tell you that the Nortons, Vertus and Tyler Norton, are those kind of people. And so is Dr. Samuelson. As a matter of fact, I'm not typically a real emotional guy, but I remember sitting in that meeting and I just was overwhelmed. I got it. The penny dropped. I realized what we had our hands on was something truly significant, and I had goosebumps everywhere. It was one of those defining moments in my life when I really had the realization that every single person that I knew, that I care about, that I love, needed to know about this technology. I realized that some people weren't going to believe me. Some people would want to become customers. Some people would want to join me in the business, but I knew that this was a vehicle. In fact, it felt like I'd been lost in the desert for 20 years and I had truly found my home. I remember sitting in that boardroom meeting and listening about this technology, and one of the people that immediately popped in my head was Dan. And, you know, we all know people who have gone through challenges, and obviously you heard his story, some significant challenges that he had been through. And I just thought, you know, Dan needs to know about this technology, and thank God he listened to me, and I encouraged Dan to fly to Salt Lake City and to meet these gentlemen as well. He flew over with another gentleman that you may have heard of named Mal Sword. And these two gentlemen have changed thousands and thousands of people's lives through this technology. In fact, if it wasn't for Dan, Kaleen, you wouldn't have heard about ASEA either. So it's just amazing how we can impact so many people's lives in such a profound way, people that you wouldn't have even known. Like I would never have known Kaleen. I wouldn't have known Stevie if it wasn't for this incredible company called ASEA and this whole network of people sharing things with other people. Now, the thing that I also want to tell you is you can have the best product in the world, and quite frankly, I believe that we do. We have got something that's absolutely amazing. But the simple fact is that unless you've got a combination of some other very important things, you've got nothing. And what I mean by that is you've got to make sure that I look for three things: the integrity, the stability, and the timing. And what I mean by that is the integrity. Who is it that you're partnering with? Who are you going to associate yourself with? For me, my name, my reputation, who I am as a person, that's more important than anything else. Doesn't matter what the economic opportunity would be if you don't have the right values and the right principles behind it. And I was just, you know, when I realized who these people were and what their mission and what their goal was, that they truly do put principles above ego and economic motivations. They're in this for the long haul. And when you understand, you know, so the integrity was something that was really important to me. And the next thing was the stability of the company. When you look at Vertus's track record, in fact, it's quite staggering. Most businesses, I think it's something like 98% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. And you know what, in the network marketing profession, it's basically the same. There's a lot of companies that come and go. And so for me, I wasn't really even willing to look at a company that hadn't been around for at least 5 years. Well, I got to tell you that ASEA is going to be celebrating their 10th year this year. They are rock solid. They are stable. And even more importantly is the timing, because we are in a position that is really a rare opportunity in the network marketing profession. And that's to be involved with a momentum phase. And that's exactly where we're at right now, is to be involved at a time when we're really hitting massive global growth and expansion. So in terms of timing, you couldn't have a better timing. We've got a great team of people in place. So honored to be associated with all of you, and a chance to, and we certainly want to invite you to jump on. This has been an absolute godsend for my wife and I. We pinch ourselves every day. We just can't believe the, the physical benefits of the product is amazing. The business side's amazing, but I think probably the number one thing that I love is the relationships, the friendships, the relationships, the people that we get to hang out with. If you're the kind of person that's self-motivated, you're ambitious, you want more out of life, and you like hanging around people that are like that too, this is the group to be to partner up with and to be associated with. And so so we couldn't feel more blessed. The financial freedom that this has actually given us is has been an absolute godsend and a blessing too. We can help family and friends, and we can do things that we wouldn't have been able to before, and we just feel very grateful and blessed for that. So especially during these times, this is a chance where people are really looking for other ways of creating more security and being able to earn income while they work from home, and it is truly worthy of your time. So speaking of time, I'm going to go ahead and turn the time back to you, Kaleen, but thank you so much for inviting me to jump on. And it's been an exciting journey. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bart. That was phenomenal. So I just want to quickly wrap up with you all in terms of our official presentation here tonight before we leave time for question and answer. And as you can see, I mean, literally one of our people who's on the call today, Maurizio Munoz, shared the product with my husband and I. And, someone from Mexico that's a good friend of his shared it with him, who then someone, from that shared it with his friend from Mexico was connected to Dan Doyle. So you can see literally it went from like United States to Australia to Mexico to Colombia, sort of. Maurizio's here in Florida as well, to me. And I guess the point is that no matter what you decide, wherever you're at tonight, first of all, get your questions answered. I'm just going to quickly share a couple of visuals because I want to make sure I give time for questions. But get your questions answered, whether it's here or the person that invited you, okay? We do have a full product line, which if you can see in the visual here on my screen, obviously our flagship products are the amazing cell signaling molecules in a drinkable form in topical gel, as well as incredible whole food nutrition and skincare. So if you want to learn more about the products we haven't discussed tonight, make sure you get those questions answered, okay? And you may be at the point where you just want to be a consumer and you can order your product and just enjoy consuming it and get an incredible product plan from, again, the person that, wants has invited you here, right? And if you're interested in learning about the business, you've heard from all of us, we are absolutely, business partners here with ASEA, and you can get those questions answered. And, some people just want additional income. Some people really want to replace their full-time income, and some people want to create a whole new lifestyle. So whatever that is, we can show you how to do it. There's lots of people already that are achieving great success from the health benefits and also from the income benefits, okay? This graph just gives you a quick reference point on when you do start your product. You want to make sure that you're not thinking with, let me just try a bottle. You definitely want to think with doing at least a 90-day trial, because from the viewpoint of the body, cellular health isn't an overnight fix, right? Our cells, if we do have a health challenge, didn't get there in one day. And so you want to give time to allow all of your systems to be able to be communicating and functioning at a normal level so that real repair can happen, right? As well as the preventative benefits. So this graph just shows you that with people that try, particularly our ASEA cell signaling drink in 1 week or 1 month, they have a lower reality of perceiving the benefits. We know immediately, which can be verified by medical tests, that the molecules in the supplements are making a difference and a change in your body. But what we find is when you really do commit to taking it correctly for a full 90 days, that we have an over 90% reality of people really perceiving a difference and having the kinds of wins that you heard Danny briefly talk about, or that you heard Stevie give examples of, okay? Again, we have wholesale and full price ways that you can order the product, so you can get more details from the person that invited you, okay? And the company itself as well does offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on the product that you order. If you really decide in your first month, okay, this product isn't for me, we really do stand behind our product. And you are able to request a refund minus your shipping costs. What we find though, that this is rare, you know, because again, especially if you're taking the correct amount that you're advised to take, you really will see results, okay? And the reason I do mention this too is that you will sometimes see our products for sale on websites like Amazon. You want to make sure you're getting it through an ASEA distributor, like someone like Stevie, Bart, Dan, myself, as someone that invited you, because you get the full educational support, you get this money back guarantee, you get incredible education, and you know where the product's coming from. So definitely get it directly from a distributor that's working with our company, okay? This just gives you a quick example that when you do, if you choose to open up what we call an associate account, you can order product in bulk on your first order, and get incredible savings. And so ask more questions about that, okay? And we recommend, because you are going to commit to doing, you know, a standard protocol, doing at least 90 days, I really say give it at least 6 months. Then you can find out about our very user-friendly auto ship. By being on auto ship, you don't have to remember to continue to order your product as you start to use up that last bottle or that last tube of gel in your current supply. But also you get to build up what we call loyalty points. And those points can be redeemed for free product. And that brings the cost of your product down for you and your family as well. So this is a phenomenal benefit that you want to make sure that you are part of when you do open or order your product and open up your account. And particularly right now, through October, our company is offering an incredible promotion where you have the opportunity to earn more loyalty points when you actually open up your account. So again, make sure you find out about that. This is just a phenomenal quote from our founder, one of our founders, Vertus Norton, where he says, "We are all at the start of something big with great purpose, and right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future, and we can change the world." So I say that just because, again, I invite you to not sit on this knowledge now that you know about this health breakthrough. If it's your first time, get more clarity. If it's not, you know, and you're ready to make a decision, definitely reach out and communicate, because we are changing the world, literally one cell at a time and one person at a time. So with that, we have just a few minutes to answer any questions, because at the top of the hour, which is 9 p.m. here in the US, we are going to have phenomenal team training. And if you are a guest, you're welcome to stay and be a part of that. This is training we do as business partners to increase our own education and knowledge. You can put your question in the chat box, or you can quickly unmute yourself as well.